You know, we've all seen a really good manicure. That perfect polish, that incredible shine. It's a little symbol of being put together. But what if I told you that underneath that glossy surface, there's a whole secret world of medical-grade safety, engineering-level precision, and, get this, a really profound philosophy about human connection?
So let's ask the question, beyond just the color and the shine, what are we actually looking at? What really goes into making that perfect manicure? Because it is so much more than just a coat of polish. We're about to peel back the layers on the intense training, the super meticulous technique, and the surprising philosophy that takes this everyday service and turns it into a true art form.
And the first layer, the absolute bedrock of everything, is safety. But listen, we're not just talking about wiping down a table. We are talking about a serious, legally required commitment to preventing infection that's honestly closer to what you'd see in a medical clinic. This is ground zero for the entire profession.
This slide breaks down a distinction that is absolutely crucial. See, at home, we practice sanitation. You know, washing your hands with soap and water, cleaning the counters, that just reduces germs. But in a professional salon, the legal requirement is disinfection. And that's a whole different ballgame. We're not talking about reducing germs anymore. We're talking about destroying them with powerful EPA-registered chemicals. It's a standard of protection that you'd expect in a healthcare setting.
And this protocol here really shows you how meticulous this whole safety thing is. A tool isn't just quickly dipped in some blue liquid. No way. First, it's scrubbed clean of every little bit of debris. Then, and this is a critical step, it's dried completely because any water left on it can actually dilute and weaken the disinfectant. Only then is it totally submerged for a very specific amount of time, usually 10 minutes. This process isn't optional. It's done for every single reusable tool, every single time.
And this quote, this is the guiding principle of the entire industry. It's the exact same standard used in healthcare, universal precautions. Every single nail tech is trained to assume that any client could potentially carry a bloodborne pathogen. It's an uncompromising standard that ensures that everyone in that salon is kept safe.
Okay, so once that foundation of safety is firmly in place, now we can get into the craft itself. And the artistry of a perfect manicure, well, it's built on a really deep understanding of both biology and engineering. You see, a nail isn't just a canvas to paint on, it's a complex, living system that demands incredibly precise and knowledgeable care.
So let's talk about the matrix. You can think of it as the nail's growth factory. It's hidden right under the skin at the base of your nail. And it's where all the new nail cells are made. This is exactly why proper technique is so important. Because any damage to that matrix isn't temporary. It can permanently change how your nail grows. We're talking a lifelong consequence. That is a huge responsibility that every skilled tech takes very seriously.
This principle just captures that responsibility perfectly. An electric file or an e-file can spin at something like 25,000 RPMs. That's incredibly fast. But mastering it isn't about speed, it's about control. It's a tool for microscopic precision, used with the gentlest pressure to shape the nail without ever touching or harming the delicate natural nail underneath. This is the science hiding behind the art.
So we've covered the medical grade safety, we've talked about the engineering level precision, but there's a third layer, and honestly, it might be the most important one of all. It's the philosophy of human care and connection. This is the part that transforms a technical procedure into a truly restorative experience.
This quote totally reframes the hand massage, doesn't it? It's not just some nice little add-on at the end. It's not about aggressive muscle work. It's described as kindness through movement. The whole goal isn't just physical relaxation. It's about creating a moment of emotional care and connection through gentle, respectful touch.
And this whole approach is actually broken down into a clear set of principles, like a code of conduct. It's more than just a suggestion. From speaking kindly and moving gently, to respecting boundaries, building confidence, and sharing positivity, the goal was to create a safe and uplifting emotional space for the client. It's about nurturing their spirit just as much as their hands.
So we've explored these three pillars of a perfect manicure: safety, precision, and humanization. But what if I told you this philosophy goes far beyond the nail salon? It's actually a blueprint for something much bigger, with an impact that is probably going to surprise you.
You see, this model of care, this idea rooted in structure and empathy, well, it's being used to build human potential.
By creating really effective job training programs and workforce pipelines, it's a scalable system that empowers people with stable careers, and in turn, that strengthens entire communities. So the very same principles that produce a perfect manicure are now building real economic opportunity.
And here's the wildest part. This whole framework of human-centered, safety-first structured learning is now being applied on a global scale. We're talking about it being a model for designing the future of education and even for how we integrate things like AI as a tool that supports and serves humanity while still keeping that essential, compassionate human touch.
So this brings us all the way back to a final, really powerful thought. I mean, it all started with a simple manicure, right? But as we've seen, when you layer in medical-grade safety, biological precision, and this profound sense of humanization, you create a powerful model for care. It kind of proves that a small act of kindness, when it's done with real intention and skill, can actually ripple out to change the world. Thanks for tuning in.